All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are back with another episode of This Freakin Show, the weekly podcast with a little bit of something and a whole lot of nothing. I'm your host, Travis D, and alongside me this evening,
Awkward Colin.
And Geek Cast Joe.
And I'm still not over the whole computer thing, I'm not going to lie.
Well, it happens, Travis.
It upsets me. It upsets me. Anyways, yeah, so...
Just don't stop your System 32 function and you'll be fine.
What the fuck's the System 30? See, that's the thing that pisses me off. I have no idea what the fuck that is. That's the thing. Okay, real quick. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're listening to this and wanting the computer thing, I had like massive computer issues because I am tech-tarded. And I have like no logic when it comes to technology whatsoever, especially when it comes to computers. And my shit fucked up really bad before we started recording, which is running us a little behind. That in mind, what? What's this 32 thing?
Oh, just it's the thing you don't touch because it's usually the thing that makes your operating system work. And a lot of times you'll be on the internet and be like, "Oh, I have this problem." And people who are trying to troll you will tell you, "Oh, just stop this function and everything will be fine." Or go into your system files and delete this folder and everything will be fine. They're lying to you. They're trying to get you to brick your computer. Don't do it.
What do you mean brick? You mean like make
turn your computer into a brick? Like it would be better used as a building material than as a computer
paperweight.
At that point.
Big ass paperweight.
Yep.
Well, if I was to delete that, we wouldn't be podcasting right now, right?
Correct.
Okay, cool. So it's still up. I did fucking shut something down. I don't know what the fuck it was. There was like a massive list of background shit that looks like it's constantly playing on my fucking computer, and I'm worried maybe that's why the thing's running slow. Because granted, I didn't spend a lot of money on my fucking computer. I spent a decent amount of money on my computer. I think I spent like $300-400 on it. And in my mind, if you spend $300-400 on a computer, it should run decent. I mean, I'm still like one of those $1,000 fucking gaming computers. But for $300-400, you should get a decent kind of fucking computer. Something that at least loads up fucking Skype. You know? But mine fucking barely does that shit. And like, I got fucking antiviruses and shit. I know I don't got anything on this computer. But that irks me.
Yep.
It irks me pretty bad. But it's okay.
I hear you.
Okay. So, ladies and gentlemen, we have an exciting guest for tonight. We'll get that in a moment. But first, I want to wish a happy Mother's Day to all the mothers out there. Because today, as we record, is Mother's Day.
Important.
It is important. It's a day to celebrate all mothers, which granted, I mean, like, I always find it slightly unfair how, everyone has a birthday, but mothers get Mother's Day, fathers get Father's Day, grandparents get Grandparents' Day. Even secretaries get Secretary's Day. But why is there not an additional fucking day of celebration for just random normal people?
Good question.
Right? I mean, I don't want to take away from anybody.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that I deserve an extra special day of celebration. I mean, at least something. I mean, I don't have to get a person pregnant just to have an extra day to myself.
That's true.
Right?
Yeah.
And I think that's pretty much what Hallmark's tell me to do.
I can see that.
Yeah. But happy Mother's Day to all of you out there. Without mothers, there'd probably be less of us in the world because there'll be no one there to stop us from doing stupid shit.
Let alone give birth to us.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. The big one.
Guess that's the second most important thing. Maybe the first. I guess it depends on your
what is it? Points to side of head. Can't do stupid stuff if you're never born. Is that the meme? Am I doing that right?
I don't know.
I don't know if I've seen that meme.
Oh, seriously?
If I have, I haven't seen it in a while, or I noticed it like briefly at one point. It sounds familiar, but it doesn't sound too familiar.
I'm going to share it with you.
Dude, please share that with me.
It's in the Skype
please share it with me.
Thing.
Well, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
But before we bring our guests on and everything, real quick, I just want to remind everyone that next week we are announcing our next Follow Your Star Award recipient. So I'm excited for that. That's Joey's little award project that he kind of hosts that mini segment for himself, which is awesome. And also, even though this is getting released the day before we record our next episode, it's a really small period of time, but I just want to let everyone know. So we had the poll going up for last week's show on which movies you wanted to vote on the horror movies we turned into comedies. So I don't know what the fuck happened. I put the poll up for 7 days on Twitter. Somehow it ended this morning. So it only gave like a day and a half of voting. So I started it up again. So there's now 7 days to get your votes in. And if you voted originally, I recommend revoting. I was just going to take those and move on and add them to this, but I'd rather you just revote because I don't want to double people's votes up. So I'm going to void out the first votes. So revote again. I put it on Twitter numerous times so people could acknowledge it. So the true followers of our show should understand that, hey, we need to vote on this. And it's pinned to our Twitter, so you know which one to vote on. So yeah, make sure you vote for that so we could figure out who the winner is for the next time we do that. Hopefully we do it soon. Hopefully Clint come back on and do that with us. Anything you guys want to add?
No, not off the top of my head.
No.
Nope, I just voted.
Joey just voted.
I did.
Colin just voted. So, so we have nothing else to really talk about.
Oh, there's plenty of things we could talk about, but I think it's time to bring our guest on.
Yeah, she said she was really excited to come back. I'm still trying to figure out why.
Because it's fun to be on our show. Duh.
Awesome.
I'm not gonna lie. Half the time, it doesn't feel like you guys want to be on our show. No, I'm really excited to for her to come back on. So let's get everything ready for her to join us. Perfect. Let's get this going.
This Freakin' Show is brought to you weekly by our friends at Firepit Bar and Grill of Peotone, Illinois. If you're looking for a down-home country-style restaurant with great food, cold beer, live music, and a friendly environment, then hit up Firepit Bar and Grill. You can find them on Facebook at facebook.com/firepitbar or on their website at firepitbar.com.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are back, and we are back with Super Kayce. How are you doing?
I'm doing awesome. Hey, everyone. Thanks for having me back on.
Absolutely.
Welcome back.
I'm not gonna lie. Like when I messaged you a while back, asking you to come back on, I was literally expecting like either like oh god, not this person again, or sorry, I'm like really busy every day for the rest of my life.
Just the scene check mark. And no responses.
I did kind of give you, hey, I'm really busy, but it was like a legit, hey, I'm really busy. It wasn't because I hate you guys, because I love you guys.
Oh, thanks. No, I totally understand that because I mean, like, you are so involved in so many conventions that go around. Like, and I came to the United States because you actually went to Canada this year.
I did. I just got back from Canada a few weeks ago.
Yeah, I mean, like, I have so many questions about, like, first off, why Canada?
Because they have poutine. That's it. That's in every.
That is the best reason.
It's just the food. The food there is amazing, and Canadians like want to treat Americans to food. So like we get there, and the first day, all the attendees are just bringing my buddy and Night Mage and I like just all these snacks. So we leave the convention the first day, and we have like Walmart bags full of snacks from people just bringing us dumb Americans Canadian food.
Nice.
I mean, it's weird to me, and like, and I don't want anyone to think I don't like Canada in any way. I mean, like, I'm a huge fan of people who want to be like America, but like, I mean, like, I know some fellow podcasters like up in Canada, and I give them a lot of shit like about Canadian things. Like, I mean, they got like maple leaf cookies and all this shit, which I don't know why they can't just have a cookie without involving like maple in it at all, but they do it. But it was really cool, like to hear that you actually went to Canada and everything. Was that your first like convention in Canada, or have you been to Canada before?
That was actually my second convention in Canada. The first time we went late last year, and we went to Saskatoon, and this time I had actually gone to Calgary. So it's the same company. They put on 3 shows during the year. We had just done Nightmage and I had just done a second show for them.
Wow. Now, so this may be a dumb question, but I'm going to ask it anyways because I'm truly curious about it. So obviously now, when you're traveling to conventions and stuff like within the United States, you're carrying a lot of costumes and everything for the trip.
Mm-hmm.
How was it going international with all your costumes and everything? I mean, did you have to narrow it down to like simple costumes that had like less parts to travel with, or I mean, did you go with like suitcases upon suitcases of costumes? Because I would assume it'd be some kind of weird, like if for some reason they picked you out of everyone to have to search your stuff, and they're going through and they're finding like battle axes and like ninja stars and like phasers or whatever laser guns are called, you know.
Yeah, so traveling with costumes is like probably the worst thing. I'm lucky because I do I started off as a superhero cosplayer, so I have a lot of spandexy type costumes, and they roll up really easy. I actually, with this this Canadian show, I actually took Belle from Beauty and the Beast, and I took Valkyrie from the Marvel Universe, and there was no way to cram that stuff into like small suitcases. So I ended up checking 2 suitcases and having a carry-on suitcase. So, you know, it ends up costing a little bit of money, but if that's what the show wants or what the fans want, then that's unfortunately what I have to stick with.
Yeah.
Right on.
Yeah. I'm glad you brought up Belle. Because when we originally were planning to have you on a few months back, and unfortunately it didn't work out, you were coming on right around time where the live action Beauty and the Beast were coming out.
Mm-hmm.
And
yeah.
You and your fellow cosplayer Nightmage actually did Beauty and the Beast. You guys did a photo shoot.
We did. Yep, we did that with the portrait dude.
Is that his real name or?
No, that Wes Smith is his real name, and then his photography name is the portrait dude.
Okay. I mean, I guess when you are on a podcast show called This Freakin Show, I guess anyone can call themselves anything.
Well, I mean, I like to call you guys The Freakin Show because then you all have your own names, you know? Like, you know, I call Colin this, and then Joe Freakin, Travis, you know, Guy. That's what I say.
Perfect.
Well, tell me a little bit about creating the Belle costume, and like were you a huge fan of Beauty and the Beast when you were younger? I mean, like, was this like?
So I have a younger sister, so we definitely watched a lot of Disney movies. So I would say that I was always a fan of like all Disney movies. I have never been the type of girl who has looked at myself and been like, you know what? I'm going to wake up tomorrow and I'm going to be a princess. You know, I'm going to walk around and I'm going to sing songs and wear a big dress. I've never been that girl. But Nightmage and I and Wes from the Portrait Dude, we had a really great opportunity to shoot for a national magazine. And we decided that we were going to do Beauty and the Beast because it was coming out. Unfortunately, for me, Nightmage had already had his Beast costume done. So when we got contacted by the magazine, we had about 5 days before they needed some sort of draft in. So I made the costume in about 5 days.
Wow.
So the Belle costume was a lot of, you know, tears and sweat and blood holding the seams together. So, I mean, it was a 5-day, like, craziness of trying to put together this dress.
Wow. See, but that's the amazing thing about being a cosplayer, more importantly, being who you are. Because if you wanted to wake up one day and be like, you know, I feel like being a fucking princess, you could do it.
Oh, easy.
I mean, like, if I woke up one day and be like, you know what, I want to be
A
Hagrid
princess.
from Harry Potter. Yeah, princess. Squirrel girl, if you will. I'm not gonna do that because first off, I don't know how to sew. I don't know how to create costumes, and I don't got the money to even do that. But I mean, like you can sit there and be like, you can wake up one day and like, I want to be Ariel, and then you can start sewing yourself fucking fins because
no.
you're creative like that, and you have the ability to do that, which is absolutely amazing.
I mean, the community in itself, even the podcasting community, the photography community, cosplay, the everybody in this like nerddom community is amazing because you guys could wake up one morning and be like, we're gonna record like a whole 24-hour podcast for charity. You know what I mean? Like you guys have so much of your own creativity on your side. We just have a lot more with like our hands. So like when I woke up that morning and I made just like, hey, we've got 5 days to get these costumes built, shot, and turned in. I was like, okay, well, I guess I'm just gonna go buy a bunch of Red Bull because I'm never sleeping again. So I definitely have a lot of creative freedom coming from the community as a quote unquote professional cosplayer.
Gotcha. So now you went as Belle, so I'm assuming Night Mage did go as Beast.
Mm-hmm. Yep, he went as Beast.
All right. Now, I haven't looked at the pictures in a while. I want to go back and look at them real quick. But how difficult was his costume?
And hopefully this is okay. You could totally beep this out if you need to, but fuck that guy. Seriously. he just eats like fur and spandex and then he poops out like his costume, right? So if you follow Night Mage at all on his fan pages, and I do have to give him a shout out for a second because he just lost his mother, and we're sending the whole community needs to send him lots of love and support because that's a hard thing to go through. But his big thing is he never builds anything over $250. He's a full-time police officer, so he only gets 3 days a week to work on anything, right? Because when he works on, he's like on 10 to 12 hours,
right?
And then he's sleeping, and then he goes back for 10 to 12 hours, and then he sleeps, and then he gets a few days off. And so during those 3 days, that's his time to make one costume. So he takes like Goliath from Gargoyles or Beast from Beauty and the Beast, and he purchases things that he can and modifies them. So he does like a lot of purchasing bodysuits and then airbrushing them, or buying cheap wigs and then gluing them together to make like his Beast mane. So he's nuts. Like, so he had already had his costume done. Probably 3 weeks before we even started to think about, hey, Belle needs to be a real possibility.
It's amazing.
Wow. Yeah, I'm kind of going through like your Facebook here real quick, just trying to find like the old pictures and everything. And he went like full force, especially with like the face and the horns and everything, which is absolutely amazing.
So he does a lot of prosthetics and makeup. He calls himself even a 10-foot cosplayer. So if you're standing 10 feet away from him or in pictures, he looks phenomenal. But if you get up close to him, you see all like his like hawk loose seams and all that stuff. And, you could literally see that he chewed up all this fabric and just spit it out. And that's what his costume is. So he's phenomenal. He's awesome. He's an inspiration to everyone.
Oh, yeah. Both your costumes look amazing. I'm not going to tell you which one looks better than the other because, like you said, fuck that guy.
Yeah, fuck that
guy. But this is pretty cool. So if you look at the Calgary schedule you had, so you're Batman and Red Hood one day, Beauty and the Beast the next day, Thor and Valkyrie the following day, and then Sunday did the Princess Bride.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
I get exhausted from doing 2 hours of podcasting on Sunday night. And you're traveling internationally with 4 different costumes, being 4 different people. It's
exhausting. I tell people that I fight tooth and nail for every follower I get on my page, because when I go to a show, I'm normally doing 10 hours of programming for that show. I'm wearing a different costume every single day. Like, I'm not copying out and wearing like a onesie or not wearing a costume. I'm literally wearing a different costume I built every single day. So yeah, I mean, I definitely work super hard for shows, and I think that's why conventions, they don't really care that I have low numbers on my pages, because I work super hard and I can prove that I work that hard. But it's freaking exhausting, dude. It's terrible.
Not to get off topic, but there's a fucking bacon wrap burrito.
Oh my god. Oh my god. That was legit. And the best thing about this thing was we went into this like little hole in the wall authentic Mexican place to buy our food, and they had wrestling on the TVs in there. So we're waiting for our food, and it's just like Jericho versus someone. And I'm like, this is the best place in the whole world. Little Mexican place making all my freaking favorite food, and there's wrestling on the TV. Done.
That's amazing. That's at CTV2, so that's in Chicago somewhere.
Carbone is in Chicago, and that place is delicious as all get out. That's a little hole in the wall place, and it sits like 50 people in the whole building, and it's awesome.
I just love how this picture has a sewing machine in the background.
Yeah, I was still finishing up Princess Buttercup at that point, so I'm like taking a break, eating, sewing, eating, stabbing myself, eating, crying. It's just terrible.
Oh shit! Yeah. So are you a wrestling fan? Like a legit wrestling fan?
You had to put the word legit in there.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna say legit. I mean, like, I don't want you to say I love John Cena, because
no!
I don't want this to be the last time we talk.
Cena!
That thing, yeah.
I would say I am a bandwagoner wrestling fan. So, I have. In the last 2 years, I have done wrestling cosplays, and I have watched a lot of wrestling. I am not like a wrestling guru, but I try my hardest to know what's going on.
I gotcha. Well, I mean, the reason I asked, because like when I was promoting the fact that you're coming on the show, I went with the Hulk Hogan picture because I'm a huge wrestling fan, and it was awesome seeing the Hulk Hogan thing. Not a big fan of the title belt. Wish you went with the more classic look, but I'm not being picky about it.
No. I actually get that all the time. Like, I'll walk around, and wrestling fans are like super hardcore, right? Mm-hmm. So like when I wear Hulk Hogan, I get a lot of attention. But some of it is always like, well, you know what, you're wearing the wrong belt, and I'm like, I hate wrestling fans. Shut up.
Yeah, it's authenticity at that point. I mean, like, you know, I mean, you did. I'm
wearing a mustache. I'm not sure if we can really get into, you know, nitpicking it too much.
I'm not saying it was horrible. I mean, I think it worked. I'm like, it was awesome what you did there. It was just a title belt. I mean, the title belt's a new age belt. It's a belt that Hulk Hogan would never hold unless he came back to wrestle, which I hope to God he doesn't do it, because he'll break himself.
I hope God he does do it. I would love to see Hulk Hogan wrestle just for one day.
Just so he could win that belt that one time?
Yes, I would love that.
Oh, shit.
Nice. Yeah, I have done a lot. I've done Hulk Hogan, and my buddies have all joined me doing their own wrestling characters, and then I'm working on Ultimate Warrior right now. So
Ultimate Warrior?
Yeah.
Really?
I got that. I don't have a wig.
Do you know what his real name is?
No.
It's Warrior.
What?
He legally changed his name to Warrior so he could use it.
You know what I hate about wrestling? It's so gay.
What? Well, thanks for coming on the show, SuperKayce. I really appreciate everything.
Sorry.
Define why wrestling's gay, because now I'm curious.
Because Ultimate Warrior freaking turned his name into Warrior. What the heck, man?
Okay,
Just-
I'll tell you why he
Oh my
did
gosh, he's from Crawfordsville.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
it. Yeah, but he's gay. No, let me tell you something. I'll tell you why.
I mean, I'm gonna cosplay him, so he's not that gay.
Yeah, he's totally not gay. So a female. No, I'm kidding. Okay, anyway, so I'll tell you why he changed into Warrior. And this is a true story. So, Ultimate Warrior, after he left wrestling, he became a motivational speaker to encourage people to be better than who they were. So he felt the best way for him to do that was for people to know who he really was. So he changed his name from Hellwig to Warrior.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah.
So his name
So
is James Bryan Warrior.
yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah, it was weird too because I mean, like, if you're not much of a wrestling fan, like, you don't know like the history of the Ultimate Warrior when it came to WWE and everything. But it was weird because a couple years back he got inducted into the Hall of Fame. The following Sunday was the first WrestleMania he was at in decades. The following Monday was the first 30 Raw that he was at, and God knows how long. And like he came out and he put this inspirational speech to everyone in the audience. You know, everyone was cheering him and everything. He's talking about how like the Warrior would live on forever and all this stuff. And it's either that night or the night after he ended up dying from a heart attack on his way to the hotel.
Wow.
So he had he got inducted into the Hall of Fame, made his peace with Vince McMahon, had his inspirational speech to the fans that he'd been wanting to have for almost 20 years, and then he ended up passing away.
Wow.
Which is really weird. So, that being said, those are the boots you're now filling when you cosplay him.
You know what? These are all things I needed to know, though. So
Oh,
I
that's
needed to know that.
another thing, too, because now I remember us talking the last time you came on, you said there are two types of cosplayers. There's the ones who dress up like the character, and then there's the ones who dress up and act like the character.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Now, if you depending on how you want to take the Warrior, if you just want to dress up like the Warrior, it's very simple. You know, I'm sure you'll be able to do it. I'm not saying it's simple to create the character, but the outfit's pretty simple. If you want to be the Warrior, I strongly recommend pulling up some of his old interviews on YouTube.
Yeah, that's what I did with Hogan.
Hogan's pretty simple. He just walks to the ring, puts his hand to his ear, and then flexes. And then he says, "What you gonna do?" I mean,
I literally will run
Warrior's
around
a little bit
conventions yelling at people, just like in the super raspy voice, just yelling at them, and like it's just nuts.
I bet people love it though.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I'm so cute and tiny, and then I'm cosplaying Hulk Hogan with a mustache.
Fair.
What we should have done, which would have been, what's that?
What?
Were you gonna say something? I don't want to be rude.
Oh no, I just need to
What?
buy more mustaches. I was just remembering that.
Oh, absolutely. Note to self.
Note to self: buy more
One
mustaches.
mustache.
What would have been awesome, what you should try, like, if you ever do decide to dress up like Hulk Hogan again, and you go to like a weekend thing or whatever, you should do like the regular like Hulk Hogan like you did one day, and then the next day you do Hollywood Hulk Hogan from WCW.
Yeah, I want to
That
do
would be
NWO
cool.
Hogan.
A huge wrestling fan would appreciate that.
I
You
want
gotta
to do
do
NWO Hogan
because
and like
that's
draw
awesome.
on like the black part of his beard and everything. I'm excited.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but if you do that, you have to get the old WCW title belt and put NWO across it. Can't do that WWE belt.
I hate title belt. Okay, I will.
Yeah, you got to
Just
or
for you,
or
Travis.
if you don't want a belt
Just
at
for
all. I'm just saying, because the next time I have you on the show again, I'm gonna be like, you didn't do it right. But or if you go without the title belt, you just get one of those weightlifting belts and just put Hollywood around the back. If you ever want ideas for wrestling,
They're really
Yeah,
expensive
just,
though. They're not super cheap.
Oh,
So I
really?
went for like the 8. No, they're like on Amazon. They weren't super cheap. So I was like, I just went to Walmart and got a child's wrestling belt, and then apparently child's wrestling belt is not the correct one that I need. So I need to change it up.
yeah. If you ever need help with wrestling cosplay, let me know. I'm the guy. I know things.
Okay.
Nothing. I can't help you with being Mega Man or Squirrel Girl, Bella, Ultron, or anything else. Be a princess. I might be able to help you with the princess thing. I do have the Disney princesses down because we did have a long conversation about Disney princesses on a previous episode. So I do have a knowledge of Disney princesses as well. I would never recommend being Elsa because that's overplayed. I could see maybe a Snow White, a Mulan if you want to carry a samurai sword. You see that?
I want to be Merida so I can carry around a giant bow.
Do it.
Right, and she just takes care of herself. She just kicks ass. That's what I want to do. I don't want to I just did Princess Buttercup, right? And when I was doing Princess Buttercup, I rewatched The Princess Bride before I did it, and I was like, you know what? This is lame. She's so lame. She's terrible.
Yeah.
I was like, Night Mage, you have to go as Princess Buttercup next time, and I get to go as the Dreadpire Roberts.
I think that's an excellent idea.
I've never seen that movie.
What?
Are you serious?
You're off the show. Sorry. You're fired.
That's fine.
Fired. Go home. Wait, you're probably at home right now. Watch it right now.
You walk outside the door right now. No, Colin, you never seen The Princess Bride?
No.
Neither have I.
Are you serious?
Yeah, I've always wanted to. I just never had the opportunity to. I don't own it. I'm not gonna buy it.
Well, first of all,
I like the guy. I mean,
it's almost always in the bargain bins.
It is almost always in the bargain bins.
It doesn't look like a good movie for me to spend the money on.
It's a tremendous movie for you to spend money on.
Is this the movie with Andre the Giant in it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, that movie looks like crap.
No, it's really good.
Wait,
it's actually there are studies on why it's one of the best movies of all time.
Exactly. And what's your favorite movie? Hold on. Let's
What's my favorite movie?
Yeah, let's do a comparison here.
I don't know. If I had to narrow it down to one, probably Unforgiven with Clint Eastwood.
That's wrong. Go watch Princess Bride.
You're wrong.
I guess I literally could have said anything there at that point, huh?
Yeah, no, I was waiting for... I didn't even care if I had seen the movie. I was going to be like, you know what? Fuck that movie. Go watch Princess Bride.
I will try to watch it if I have the ability to. But
I own it. When I come eat at Firepit, we'll sleep off our food coma and watch Princess Bride.
You know what? That sounds like a freaking perfect date for you guys.
Oh. We cuddle up on the couch and shit. I can turn the fireplace on.
I'm all about it.
Right?
Do you have a fireplace now?
I've always had a fireplace.
I didn't know that.
Because you don't pay attention.
That's true.
When you guys do that, you have to post a picture of you two doing it on the Facebook page and say it's for me, okay? Be like, we're only doing this because Super Kayce told us to.
Yep.
I'll post a video and say Super Kayce wants to watch.
Done.
Oh shit! So it's been a year since you last been on, right?
Yeah.
Longer, yeah.
It's been a long time.
It's been a while. So I mean, what have you been doing? I mean, I know you've been doing obviously you've been traveling for the conventions and everything. But has anything else changed? Have you done something different this year than you did the year previous since we last talked? Or is there a new adventure happening in your future that you're excited about?
I mean, I'm doing more shows. I am currently working as the programming director for the Cincinnati Comic Expo, which is in Cincinnati, Ohio, which is cool.
Wow.
So I just picked that up as a part-time thing in the fall, so that's cool. Besides that, I'm really just a potato, and I just lay around if I don't have to make stuff.
Oh, no wrong with that. I mean, you did spend almost the last 9 to 12 weeks traveling.
Yeah, so I've been traveling since the third weekend in February. So between now and the third weekend in February, I have had 2 weekends off.
Wow.
So, probably like 12 weeks or so.
Gotcha. Yeah. I couldn't imagine doing that. I mean, it's amazing that you have like the drive to do things like that. And what's awesome is because like it. I mean, I know you do it because you enjoy it, obviously. But like seeing you at the few conventions I have seen you at, like it looks like you get more joy out of the enjoyment of others than you do out of yourself, which is really cool as well.
Yeah, I mean, we talked about fangirling a little bit earlier, and I am an ultimate fangirl, right? So like, I love every fandom ever, even if I don't watch it. Like, I don't watch Doctor Who. I know enough about Doctor Who to be able to fangirl over, like Peter Capaldi being at Calgary, so I know who he is, and I can fangirl over him being there. Oh wow, that's really cool. So when I wear something, when I'm wearing Princess Belle or I'm wearing Princess Buttercup and somebody comes up and they're like, oh my gosh, are you from The Princess Bride? I'm like, yeah. Do you love that movie? And they're like, yeah. I just like nerd out with them, and that's like my favorite thing. That's literally my favorite thing, is making my fandom crash with someone else's. That's why anime costumes for me are so much fun, because anime nerds are crazy fangirls, right? Like, they're all nuts. And when I'm wearing an anime costume, anime fans are not shy about coming up and being like, hey, I love this character, and I love when this happened, and I love this show, and oh my gosh, let's eat ramen, or whatever.
Awesome.
Now, those wrestling fans, they're pretty much just douches, because they come up and they're like, hey, guess what? You're wearing the wrong championship belt. And I'm like, hey, shut up.
I mean, I think they're just trying to help. Well, see, at that point, that's when you gotta like, come back at them as Hulk Hogan. Like, well, let me tell you something, brother. Whatever. Just come back at them. Point
like,
at
hey,
them. Yeah.
Why don't you say your prayers and eat your vitamins, bro?
See, okay, that's awesome.
I do.
I'm gonna let it pass on the wrong title, but because you said that, so that's really cool.
Well, thank you. You just made the list because of that.
Oh my God! Don't do that.
Why?
You were so close. You throw out a Chris Jericho reference. Come on.
I know. I'll just throw out a couple references here and there and see.
Oh shit. So being a bandwagon wrestling fan, who is your favorite wrestler?
Not Chris Jericho. He's stupid. I just like saying that people made the list. He's the worst.
I mean, he's not stupid. I mean, I'm just saying.
Hold on. You know what he did? Wait, what was oh man, I forget names. Not WrestleMania, but like the big event leading up to WrestleMania, where they put all the people in the ring and they have to try to stay. The Royal Rumble. You know what he did during Royal Rumble? He jumped out of the ring and hung out outside of the ring until there was like 12 people left, and then jumped in and was like, hey guys, I'm back. Don't worry. You only missed me for the last 2 hours. He was terrible. I like Randy Orton. I like him.
Oh.
And I like New Day. I like New Day. I think they have a gimmick, and I like it. I like whatever they're doing. I like what they're putting down.
Oh, God. Yeah, you're definitely not a wrestling fan.
Nope. If you ask me, literally, like, who's your favorite wrestler? I'm going to be like, The Rock, Dwayne Johnson.
The Rock, Dwayne Johnson.
Because I'm a bandwagon fan.
No, that's cool though. No, Randy Orton is a great wrestler. I mean, he's not my favorite. New Day, I like as a character, not a wrestler. But I mean, they are good choices. I mean, like, at least he didn't say like, oh, my favorite is Hulk Hogan or The Undertaker or Stone Cold Steve Austin, which granted they are great wrestlers. But I mean, like, those are when people who really don't know wrestling, they just know the big names.
The Undertaker is my favorite for that reason.
Exactly.
I used to play him on the PlayStation 1 WrestleMania game.
Yeah. Remember we used to play that game and we created our own characters and everything?
I do. That was a good time.
Those are good times. Those were good times.
We used to play the 64 game, the wrestling WWE versus WCW or whatever game it was. It was on the 64, and I would beat Goldberg and just spear people out of the ring. Spear, 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 spear. That's all.
You're that person who pressed that one button. It's like the person, like as soon as you knock someone down, you just keep pressing X to kick them so they can't get up.
Oh, definitely. I fight dirty.
Oh shit! God.
Oh, that's awesome. Goodness.
I'm still trying to go with the fact that I heard Super Kayce say "fuck that guy." I mean, like, that's still in my mind.
I have like the worst potty mouth. I try to keep it pretty low key on my Facebook page because I have like a lot of like families who follow me, so I try to watch it a little bit. But if you ever meet me at a show and I'm just hanging out, you're probably gonna hear me say the F word or Dickbutt at least once. That's because those are my two favorite words, and that's what I say all the time. Dickbutt. You say dick butt? Yeah, that's what I say. That's what I call my friends. Like my friends walk in my house, I'm like, "Hey Dickbutt, what's up?" Yeah. Or like if they're being douches, I'm like, "Hey, can you quit that dick buttery out of here? Can you get that out of here? That dick buttery?" Yeah. We're jacked up over here. We're just jacked up over here. That's what we do. And here in Indianapolis, Indiana.
Holy shit!
Out of control.
We're out of freaking control here in the hillbilly state.
Oh my god, that's awesome! It's weird because as you're saying dick butt, I'm looking at a picture of you hugging a teddy bear.
Dude, that teddy bear, he was waddling around, and his wife was pushing like a cart full of kids. What's a cart? A stroller. That's what it was. She's pushing a stroller full of kids, and he's waddling around as this giant freaking teddy bear. And I'm like, hold on a second, I need to hug him. And that's what I did. Is I went up and hugged him.
Did you call him a dick butt?
Oh man, his kids were right
not
there.
this time.
Not this time.
This time.
No.
I did tell him to put his brown pants on because I was gonna hug the poop out of him, and he couldn't get control of himself for a little bit, and then I hugged him.
Holy shit!
That's fantastic.
Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, dick butt. Oh my god, that's awesome. Joey.
Yes.
Joey, that's the title of this episode.
All right.
Yes. I'm so happy now.
This is season 2, episode 28, titled "Dick Butt."
I'm so happy. I feel so honored right now that this episode's gonna be called Dickbutt. I'm gonna share it on the page. I'm gonna be like, go listen to these dick butts.
You have no idea how honored I am. The fact that you came on my show, said "fuck that guy," dick butt, and put your brown pants on because I'm gonna hug the poop out of you.
My wife is going to come into this computer room and look at my show notes and be like, "What is this? Why did you write that down?"
What is this? Oh,
she's going to be like, "That's Super Kayce. You can't come back on. She's a bad influence."
No, she'll probably think it's hilarious.
Oh, shit. Oh, happy birthday, by the way.
Oh, thank you.
How's it feel to be closer to 30?
It doesn't matter.
No?
I don't know. It doesn't really. Going from 26 to 27. It doesn't really. There's no really change, except that my license did expire, and I'm pretty pissed about that because I didn't realize that was gonna happen. So
Yep.
now I gotta go. Yeah, gotta do stuff.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's not really going from 26 to 27. You went from your mid-20s to almost 30.
Now
how
I
that
have to call
works?
you. Now I have to call you a dick butt and say I'm never gonna be on the show again.
It's okay. I'm 27 myself, so we're okay. Totally cool.
I can't be in the same club with you. You've never seen Princess Bride.
Well,
Bird.
we could we could be in the same club as we feel bad that Travis hadn't seen Princess Bride, because I do feel bad about it now. Because I would love to enjoy the same movie as somebody who goes around calling people dick butts. Yeah.
That word
That's
just makes me
definitely
smile.
right.
I am going to watch that movie just for the fact I know now that Super Kayce calls people dick butt.
Yes.
That's
gonna
the
see-
only reason.
Travis, I'm gonna see if I can't send you this. My favorite GIF in the whole entire world. It's a
Really?
dick butt GIF.
It's a dick. Did you create this GIF?
No, I did not, but Facebook has it, and it's like my favorite freaking GIF because it's like somebody going to like sledgehammer a dick butt, and it blows up into 1,000 dick butts, and it's awesome.
Oh my god, the Super Kayce is so much cooler than the Super Kayce I thought you were.
Yeah. Sometimes.
I think it comes down to maybe the first time we did this, I think you tried to be a little too nice in it. Maybe that's what it was. Maybe you weren't
I
quite
mean,
comfortable
yeah,
yet.
I probably had my professional face on, and I still do. I mean, like I said, I still watch what I write and stuff
Oh,
on my
absolutely.
I still watch what I write on my page, and still try to keep it fairly family friendly. But at the end of the day, if I can't be who I am, if I don't do the costumes I love, if I don't wear what I love, if I don't say what I love, then what's the point in all of it, you know?
Yep.
Absolutely. No, I totally agree 100% with you. I mean, when it comes to podcasting, actually, I don't know if Joey, am I different podcasting than I am normally?
Not really.
Colin, am I the same?
Yeah, you sound the same.
Okay, I guess I'm always awesome. It's weird.
You're always a giant dick butt.
Whoa.
Colin, come on,
Right.
man. I'm gonna need you just to watch your mouth a little bit.
Sorry.
Jeez, Colin.
All right, I send it
Trench.
to you, Travis.
I'll
You sound
try
like-
my fucking best.
Goodness, I didn't realize Facebook had so many good dick butt gifs.
Yes, you're looking. That's awesome. I'm so happy.
That is cool.
Yeah, the one where the sledgehammer goes down and it's one dick butt and explodes to 1,000 is my favorite.
I'm just watching it now. That's funny.
I have
that
it saved on. I have it saved on my phone because it's so good.
I just sent that to a group of my other friends with no context.
Yes,
I'm just gonna leave this right here.
yes, that's my
Oh, shit.
favorite.
So what does Super Kayce have planned for the rest of the year?
Oh, so much. I have Wizworld Des Moines this weekend. Nightmage was supposed to be attending with me as well, but he's going to cancel that show because of his mom. And then in a few weeks I have Superman Celebration, which was my first show I ever attended. It's based out of Metropolis, Illinois. And then I get a couple weeks off and I go into a couple anime shows back to back. I have a girlfriend's wedding that I'm going to. And then I've got big shows in my area. So I've got Gen Con, which is a huge gaming convention. That's actually based in Indianapolis. So it's like right in my backyard. It's awesome.
You're going to be at Gen Con?
Yeah. I always go
Tremendous.
to it.
I'll be at Gen Con.
What?
Yeah, we always go with my other podcast, Geek Cast Live.
Dude, we're totally going to have to meet up and just talk about dick butts.
Absolutely.
No, that Gen Con's my favorite, in my top 3 favorite shows all year. It's phenomenal. I do cosplay. I don't like guest there anymore because I like to game so much that being stuck behind a booth is like miserable.
Yep.
So we go and we game. Normally we just do a lot of demos the first 2 days, and then we play Pathfinder the 3rd day, and we just hang out. It's super fun. I love that show. I want everybody in the world to attend that show at least one time in their life because it's amazing.
Fantastic.
Send me the information for it. I'll go see
Yeah,
it.
definitely. It's awesome. And then I got Dragon Con after that. Dragon Con's a huge party con in Atlanta. That's awesome. And then Cincinnati Comic Expo in the fall. A bunch of other ones in the fall. That's pretty much costume-wise. We're doing a couple big anime costumes. A Digimon costume because we're lame and
Digimon is awesome. What are you talking about?
Oh, we just became best friends.
Who's your favorite Destin?
Oh, probably Ty. I mean, like I said, I'm just kind of like I'm just a fangirl. So once I get the love for one person, I'm cool with them for the rest of my life. I'm actually doing Greymon. That's the costume I'm working on. So I'm working on Greymon, and then we've got a couple other people joining us. So that'll be fun. I've never done a Digimon costume. I've done a couple Pokemon costumes, but I've never done a Digimon costume. So it'll be fun.
Yeah, fantastic.
Really
cool to see.
Yeah, I'm excited to build his helmet. So Greymon is like a T-Rex for those who don't know. It's like a T-Rex, and he wears like this like metal helmet kind of. And so he kind of looks like a giant Cubone from Pokemon. So I initially wanted to build the Cubone helmet, and I was like, oh my gosh, everybody and their mother is building this darn Cubone helmet. So I'm like, I'm not doing that. What I should do is build Greymon, and that's what I'm going to do.
I'm going to do the exact same thing, but add horns.
Exactly. Yep. Exactly. I'm actually using the base of a Cubone skull to like the Pepakura file for that to get the Greymon helmet going in the same direction.
Oh, sweet.
And then Night Mage and I are doing, if you guys have ever seen Full Metal Alchemist, we're doing Edward and Alphonse from that anime.
That's awesome.
So he's going to be doing Alphonse. So he's got a huge metal suit of armor to build, and I have an arm full of armor to build. So that'll be fun. And we always do, I mean, we do a lot of like weird, corny stuff throughout the year. So we're going to end up doing Mira and Aquaman at some point. So that'll be fun. We'll end up doing a couple versions of Harley Quinn and Joker because we always do that. I'm gonna do Night Mage and I have been duoing, and we duo all year for charity together, so we do a lot of costumes together. The first costume we ever did together was Cloak and Dagger, and they just released the Cloak and Dagger trailer for the TV show, so it looks awesome. So we're gonna do a gender bent Cloak and Dagger, so he's gonna be Dagger and I'm gonna be Cloak. So I'm really pumped about that because then I get to make the giant, freaking cloak, and that's gonna be awesome.
Mm-hmm.
I'm doing my first mashup, which will be Assassin's Creed meets Raven.
What?
Right? I'm really excited about that.
Did we just become best friends?
We did Travis, have you seen that movie? I don't know.
Which one? Assassin's Creed?
No. Step Brothers.
Oh, well, you're fucking talking about Assassin's Creed. I'm like,
You missed
yeah,
that.
I own...
How do you own a geek podcast? Just kidding.
I'm not a geek pod. This is a geek podcast.
It's a geek podcast.
No. No, it's not. It's a
Tiny
cool
bit.
podcast for cool people. And just-
Oh, wrestling fans only.
No, that's on my other podcast.
Yeah, so we've got a lot of cool things. I mean, cosplayers, we have like a billion things on our list, right? So I have got like Blue Beetle on my list, Lady Spawn on my list. I've got Pinkie Pie from My Little Pony, Alice from Alice in Wonderland. I can name off 50 things that I have like on my list to do. But I mean, there's a lot of traveling coming up, and hopefully I'll get some time to work on some big, freaking cool costumes.
That'll be great.
Awesome. You should be Travesty from This Freakin Show, because that's an epic costume in itself.
I think that's a great idea, actually.
It is. You could gender bend Travesty. All you need is long brown hair, awesome beard, jeans, beanie cap, thermal shirt, and cowboy boots. That's it.
And if I wear the wrestling belt with it, that would be better.
Yeah. But you got to throw it over your shoulder, because Travesty would never wear a belt around his waist. It always get tossed over his shoulder.
Done.
It's good to know.
Yeah. It is good to know. Wrestlers who wear around their waist is like, nah, I can't do it. I would always, like when I went to wrestling school and did the wrestling training and everything, and we did the dark matches at the school, when I came out with the belt over my shoulder, never around the waist. It's that arrogance, because you don't when you were, and this is you guys don't care. Never mind, forget it. I'm not going to go into it.
My eyes are glazing over a little bit.
Yeah, I would waste too much time, and this isn't about wrestling. This is about Super Kayce and Dickbutt, best friends, and people who don't apparently watch The Princess Bride. And
when you don't watch The Princess Bride, you're a dickbutt. That's what you should take from this whole podcast.
Write that down for the show notes.
Yeah, put that in the show notes. Make sure you put in there, He's a dick butt. I like the fact how we got completely away from the fact that Colin has also not seen this movie.
But his Skype thing is a squirrel, so I'm totally okay with forgiving him for right now.
Yeah.
Well, I haven't seen Step Brothers either, so.
Oh my god.
See, at least I own it.
I've seen bits and pieces of that one, but I haven't actually watched it.
Now I have to go teabag your drum set.
See, he's just laughing at the fact that you said teabag, not the fact that it's a scene out of the movie.
No, I know it's a scene from the movie.
And yet I'm the dick butt because I haven't seen one old ass movie.
It's a cult classic. You're missing a cult classic, my friend.
Don't be throwing that word around. Cult
classic?
Oh.
No, cult classic. It bugs me when people say every movie in the world is a cult classic.
I don't say every movie in the world is a cult classic.
I would not say that every movie in the world is a cult classic, but I would say that movie, which is in like the top 5 most popular movies of all time, is a cult classic.
Is it in the top 5? No,
Easily.
Is it?
Yep.
Easily.
I don't know. Colin, look that up real quick.
Don't do it, Squirrel Man.
I want to call our guest out on the show because that's what good hosts do. No, okay, don't look it up. I believe you. I believe the movie's great. I will take the opportunity to watch it when Joe gets back to Illinois in 3 weeks.
Yep.
Yeah, so I will watch it. And
okay.
I will be honest with you on how I feel about it. I'm not going to lie to you if I hate it.
It's cheesy. Remember that it's a campy old movie. I mean, it's supposed to be cheesy. Have you ever seen Men in Tights?
Yes.
I saw it years
Robin Hood
ago.
Men in Tights?
I've seen it, but I can't say I remember much about it. It was a long time ago I did see that.
I mean, it's like that same genre of cheesy kind of campy movies because that's what people back then wanted to watch. So, I mean, you definitely got to go into it with an open mind. It's not going to be it's not going to be this super action-packed movie that's going to blow your freaking mind. It's just going to be awesome.
Oh, no, I love old cheesy movies. I'm a huge fan of 16 Candles. So, I mean, if it's close to being 16 Candles, but
it's exactly like 16 Candles. Only in a fantasy world with a Spanish sword fighter and a giant.
My name is Inigo Montoya. He's my favorite character, by the way.
Isn't he fantastic?
Andre the Giant?
Inigo Montoya. Played by Mandy Patinkin, who...
Okay.
I would probably poop my pants if he was ever at a show. Let's just be honest about that right now. If he was ever at a comic book convention that I was at, I would totally poop my pants.
I believe it.
I would definitely tell him he needs to wear his brown pants because I was going to hug the poop out of him.
Yeah. What if he turned out to be a dick butt?
Oh, that would be so disappointing. I would be so sad. I hear about people who meet their idols all the time and they are just not good people. And I'm so sad because every time I've gotten the chance to meet someone, they've always been incredibly, incredibly nice.
I believe that. I can't remember his name, but the guy who played Vicini.
Yes,
Wallace
yes.
Shawn.
Oh, Sean Wallace, right?
Yes.
Wallace Shawn.
No, he was Wallace Shawn. He was awesome. He was so nice. He did look a little confused on where he was.
Yeah, I'm looking at the picture now.
So, I mean, he definitely was like, I might be a little too old for this, but it's, he was really happy to see us, and he was super nice. We also got to meet Patrick Warburton from The Tick, and he was super nice. So,
Billy Crystal was in this movie?
Yes. He was. It was Mad Max, the Medicine Man. Miracle
Oh,
Max,
shit.
sorry.
That's an 8.1 out of 10.
Because it's a good movie!
Tell ya.
I will watch it. If it's free on Amazon, I'll watch it tonight. How about that?
Nice.
Good answer.
I will Snapchat it all night, so I'll do that. It'll be awesome. And I'll do my reactions to every big point in the movie.
Okay.
Because that's what I do. Holy shit. Oh, fuck. Oh, yeah. Let me get off my phone because we got a guest. Holy shit. Oh, shit. There was one other thing I wanted to talk to you really about. So, I wanted to pull as much information I could off the internet, so we could kind of get an idea of, what you've been doing, what you've been up to, and all that stuff. And I never realized, and I don't know if this is new or not from the last time we talked, but you have a SuperKayce store?
Yeah, I have a store envy.
Yeah, tell me a little about that.
So a lot of cosplayers nowadays will have like store envies or Etsy's to where we can sell prints where people who can't meet us in person, like at shows, you can go online and purchase prints and stuff from our stores. It is a fuck ton of work. So I don't open mine all the time. I usually open mine like twice or 3 times a year. But yeah, it's just a place where people can go on and support my work and buy prints. And a portion of all my prints goes to charity at the end of the year. So yeah, give it a shout out. Go buy things. I have a Hulk Hogan print on there.
Yeah, what's with this picture of this woman laying on top of you or sitting on top of you, pointing at your head?
I like how you said it like that because that's my sister.
I was gonna say straddle, but it won't be inappropriate. But she's like on top of you, pointing at your head.
Yeah, we're Starfire and Raven.
Okay.
From Teen Titans.
Okay. See, I don't know. Because I guess I don't know if I click this, that makes it bigger. But at first I thought she was just She-Hulk, because I just kind of looked at it briefly as I was kind of glancing through all the pictures. Again, I don't know half these people you guys are talking about because
I was gonna say, that Hulk is green, right?
I'm colorblind. Okay,
oh.
So that was green to me. Yeah, I mean, okay. If you're going to be travesty, you gotta know these things. I mean, Come on now.
Then what I'll do is from now on, anytime I post anything where I am body painted, I'll put hashtag green or hashtag orange so that you know what color I am.
Oh, shit. That's cool. No, it's awesome. Like, you have the stores and everything, because I don't think anyone would ever buy anything that I was trying to sell.
They would buy your dick buttery. That's why they're here listening to us.
Yeah, I think that's the kind of store I don't want to open. Because that sounds like a very bad bakery name.
Oh, it sounds like an awesome bakery name. Actually, I'm going to start this up right now.
I'm going to open a bakery called Dick Buttery.
Yes. Then I could just say dick butts all day.
What was that? That's my dick butt biscuit. Like, what?
This is brilliant.
I know, right? I got a lot of ideas. I would never open a Dick Buttery store, but if you ever open a Dick Buttery store, I got some ideas.
Okay, cool. And you guys will come and support it. You guys can do podcasts there.
I will buy some Dick Buttery biscuits. Dick butt biscuits? Dick Buttery biscuits? Buttery biscuits.
I don't think I want a Dick Buttery biscuit, but if you made a Dick Butt biscuit, I'd be all about it.
Well, no, because
you have to. You have to enjoy the Dick Buttery on your Dick Butt biscuit.
Yeah, it's a buttery biscuit.
Fair.
And you have to say it that way. I want some Dick Buttery biscuit. You don't want butter biscuit, you want buttery biscuit, so it's a Dick Buttery biscuit.
People are going to listen to this and they're going to be like, what did I just listen to?
Oh, no, it's okay because they've been doing that for every single episode that we have had ever since we started. So it's totally normal.
I'm glad.
Absolutely.
Well, maybe my fans will be like, wait, what just happened?
That's right. Like, no, that's Super Kayce. Did she really just say?
Ears.
Did she just say fuck that guy? Like what?
Oh my god, yeah, that's definitely gonna be the quote that I post when I post this. Fuck that guy. Like, hey, nice. Fuck you.
When Super Kayce turns dark, fuck that guy.
So sometimes, like I said, sometimes when fans or followers or friends or whoever comes up to the table and they're talking to us and Night Mage isn't with me, they'll be like, "Oh, how cool is it to work with Night Mage? He's such an inspiration. He's the coolest guy I follow online." And I'll look at them and I'll just deadpan be like, "Fuck that guy." And they'll be like, "Oh my god, they don't love each other." I'm like, "No, I love him, but I hate him at the same time."
Yeah.
Exactly.
Well, think about this. I mean, in reality, you've been on our show twice. He hasn't been on once. So, I mean, like, really?
Because he sucks. Exactly.
Right. Night Mage, I don't know you, but fuck you.
I can't.
No, I can't say that. I can't say that. I mean.
No, you can. I can't.
Oh, I can?
I'm excited to share this with him.
All right, I was waiting for that. Whoa! You barely know the fucking guy.
No. There's no lines. There's no lines here. No lines.
No, but it is cool though that you're able to, like, I mean, because I don't know you guys' history. I don't know how long you guys have been cosplaying together, but it's awesome that you have that person you can make these duo cosplays with.
Yeah, it's we've been cosplaying together since 2014, and we literally call each other like con husband, con wife, because when we're preparing for a show, we're checking in on each other. When we do shows together, it's like having a partner in crime. It's like we literally are each other's partner in crime. So when I say, "Oh, I want to be Edward Elric from Full Metal Alchemist," but you know what? It'd be way cooler if I had an Alphonse. I just message him and I'm like, "Hey, do this costume," and he's like, "Yeah." And then when he's like, "I want to be Aquaman, but I want to have a Mira," he like texts me and he's like, "Hey, do this costume." I'm like, "Okay." Like, so it's really awesome. It's a very unique relationship because we both have our own identities in the community, but we are able to promote each other through duoing together.
Yeah. Well, who knows? Maybe one day you'll become Super Mage.
Someday.
Shit. All right. Real quick, before we say our goodbyes, you want to give an idea of where everyone can find you, maybe any upcoming events that? Well, you already mentioned that, but where they can find you on social media and all that.
Yeah, you guys can find me on Facebook and Instagram under Super Kayce Cosplay, and then I have a store in V. Again, it's under Super Kayce Cosplay.
Perfect. Fantastic. All right, awesome. Kayce, thank you so much for coming on. I appreciate it. I had a lot of fun talking with you, even though you spent half the time making me feel like shit.
It's my superpower.
That's how you know she cares.
Super Kayce, the ability to crush your dreams. Like,
you know what, Dickbutts, it's been fun. Thank you so much for having me.
Absolutely.
Thanks for being here.
Let's promote a podcast and we'll come back with Colin's segment.
Hello, everybody. I'm Jason.
And I'm Jeff. We're from the History of Bad Ideas podcast.
You know what you're listening to right now, Jeff?
What are we listening to right now?
This Freakin Show.
This Freakin Show?
This Freakin Show. And when you're not listening to This Freakin Show, take a listen to the History of Bad Ideas.
Where we talk about sports,
movies,
and other pop culture events happening
in the world. So take a listen. We're on iTunes, Stitcher, and any other place that you find great podcasts like This Freakin Show.
This Freakin Show.
Welcome back, everyone, to another episode of, well, not another episode, but another segment of This Frickin' State of Mind. This is our little segment of the show where we run through the states of the U.S. in alphabetical order. This week we are at Nevada. Good old Nevada. People like it there. If you gamble, that's where you want to go, apparently. So let's get right on this. I don't know what's happening, but my lights keep flickering. Kind of weird.
I think
So-
I think mine dimmed during the episode, but I wasn't quite sure.
Yeah, mine dimmed and then came back up, and then dimmed again. So,
That's always fun.
anywho, let's get this shit started. We have in 1899, Charles Fay invented a slot machine named the Liberty Bell. The device became the model for all slots to follow. Bugsy Siegel named his Las Vegas casino the Flamingo for long legs of his showgirl sweetheart, Virginia Hill. Wow. An elephant named Bertha was a performing elephant that entertained for 37 years at the John Ascaga Nugget Casino located in Sparks, Nevada, and she was 48 years old when she died. There were 16,067 slots in Nevada in 1960. By 1999, Nevada had 205,000 slots machines, one for every 10 residents.
That is unbelievable.
Yeah, and it's been 18 years later. I'm sure it's grown even more. So, while Samuel Clemens took the pen name Mark Twain as a reporter working for the Territorial Enterprise, he began his writing career as a reporter in the Midwest some years before moving to Virginia City in 1862. Pershing County, located in Cowboy Country, features the only round courthouse. Was to be the only round courthouse in the U.S. That was up until 1960, when the Bucks County Courthouse in Pennsylvania was also constructed. So now there are actually 2 round courthouses in the U.S. In 1931, the Paradise Club was the first casino to open on Highway 91, which is now known as the Las Vegas Strip. What's the highest concrete dam in the world? Hoover Dam offers guided tours and a museum of artifacts of the construction and its workers. In Death Valley, the kangaroo rat can live its entire life without drinking a drop of liquid. That's kind of terrifying.
That's crazy.
It's not real. It probably is real, but I'm just saying, animals need to drink to survive.
You drink.
Construction of the Nevada State Capitol, located in Carson City, was proposed on April 14th of 1870. Carson City is one of the smallest state capitals in the country. And since then, with the current growth of the country, it may now be the 14th smallest state capital of the country. In Tonopah, the young Jack Dempsey was once the bartender and the bouncer at the still popular Miss Pa Hotel and Casino. Famous lawman and folk hero Wyatt Earp once kept peace in the town. The first recorded white men in Elko area were fur trappers who trapped beaver in the area starting in 1828. So, the Berlin Ichthyosaur State Park is constructed around the fossilized remains of ancient mysterious reptiles within a well-preserved turn-of-the-century Nevada mining camp. Austin's oldest church, Austin, Nevada's oldest church, St. Augustine's, requires the establishment's bells in the tower to be rung by pulling ropes that are located in the men's room. It's just like, excuse me, John, I gotta go ring the bells while you take your poop.
Yeah, that's weird.
Nevada is the 7th largest state with 110,000 square miles 85% of them federally owned, including the secret Area 51 near the little town of Rachel. Most of the state is desert, but Sierra Nevada mountain range near Reno and the Ruby Mountains near Elko has snow for half of the year. That's a complete opposite. Nevada has more mountain ranges than any other state, with its highest point at 13,145-foot top of Boundary Peak near the west central border. Grammatically, the proper term for the mountains is the Sierra Nevada, not the Sierras. Robert Conrad almost called one of his television series High Sierra Rangers, but changed it to the Mountain Rangers, High Mountain Rangers. Wayne Newton owns a home in Las Vegas area and it was the real location for the Vegas Vacation. The longest running show in Las Vegas is the Follies Bergère at the Tropicana Hotel and Casino, which opened in 1959. The production numbers in Showgirls were written specifically for the Paul V. Verhoeven film and shot the Horizon Hotel at Lake Tahoe. The bulk of the movie used locations located at the Luxor and Forum shops at Caesars. You see the name Hughes on numerous locations and developments. Howard Hughes bought up considerable Nevada property before he died in 1976, including the following hotels: Castaways, Desert Inn, Frontier, Landmark, Sands, Silver Slipper, the Harrods Club. Part of Hughes' legend was recounted in Jonathan Dame's Melvin and Howard. The Misfits Flats off Highway 50 near Stagecoach takes its name from the John Hudson film. Hudson used the privately owned area to film a complicated wild horse roundup with Clark Gable, Marilyn Monroe, Montgomery Clift, and Eli Wallach. Nevada is the largest gold-producing state in the nation. It is second in the world behind South Africa. The state has about 50,000 miles of paved road, much of it featured in films like Vanishing Point, Breakdown, Rain Man, and Lethal Weapon 4. Hoover Dam, the largest single public works project in the history of the U.S., contains 3.25 million cubic yards of concrete, which is enough to pave a 2-lane highway from San Francisco to New York. Wow. The dam face was used in the amazing stunt for Roland Emmerich's Universal Soldier and has been seen in such films as Viva Las Vegas and Fools Rush In. Universal Soldier. Great movie. Love it.
Never seen it.
Not as good as The Princess Bride.
I read.
We're not getting back into that discussion.
I'm watching it tonight. We're good.
I just couldn't resist.
The Virginia City Steam Train still operates and was featured in the IMAX project Mark Twain's America. The Steam Train is a modern-day tourist train and does not link back to the original Virginia and Truckee RR, which had its last run to Virginia City in 1938. The state's Highway 50, known as the loneliest highway in America, received its name from Life magazine in 1986. There are a few road stops in the 287-mile stretch between Ellie and Fernley. Frank Sinatra once owned the Calnava at Lake Tahoe's Crystal Bay. It is possible to stand in both Nevada and California inside Calnava building. Nevada's smallest incorporated city is Gabbs, located 140 miles southeast of Reno. And now I guess it has been updated that Gabs, what was Nevada's smallest city, was disincorporated in 2001. What does it mean to be incorporated?
Like as a town?
Yeah.
It just means that you, instead of just being a random collection of houses, you're actually a town with a city government that's recognized by your state.
Oh, okay.
I'm pretty sure.
I'll have to do more research.
Yep.
The Las Vegas Strip is actually under jurisdiction of Clark County and can be seen in just about any film set in the city. Well, that's good to know. Nevada is the only state with the entire museum devoted to the life and time of entertainer Liberace. Writer and commentator Lowell Thomas called Elko the last cow town in America. Elko is home of the annual Cowboy Poetry Gathering.
Cowboy poetry.
Yep.
Nice.
Area 51 is acknowledged with State Route 375 officially christened the Extraterrestrial Highway in a ceremony featuring the director and cast of the movie Independence Day. The highway runs between Alamo and Tonopah. There is a tiny restaurant stop at the Little Ale Inn in Rachel. The only Nevada lake with an outlet to the sea is man-made Lake Mead. Camels were used as pack animals in Nevada as late as 1870.
Interesting.
Camels in the U.S. It's still weird to me. To drive from L.A., California to Reno, Nevada, the direction traveled is to the west. What? To drive from California to Reno, you travel west?
Huh. Where in California?
It says L.A., California.
Oh, weird.
So,
trouble doing that.
Yeah, right.
It's kind of like one of those things that, like, if you head south from Detroit, you'll end up in Canada.
That's true.
Yep.
Wait, what?
Canada loops down right underneath the border of Michigan and Canada. So if you head south from Detroit, you'll end up in Canada.
Construction worker hard hats were first invented specifically for workers on the Hoover Dam in 1933. The longest Morse code telegram ever sent was the Nevada State Constitution, sent from Carson City to Washington, D.C. in 1864. And it says the transmission must have taken several hours. And with that last little bit of information, that ends this segment of This Freakin State of Mind. Thank you for joining me this week, and come back next week for our next state. Back to you, Travis.
Thank you, Colin. Shit. You know, Colin, let's go back to you real quick. What you freaking on this week? Take your time.
What happened? I literally lost you guys for a second. Sorry.
No, it's totally cool. I thought you muted yourself. He started talking. No, I just asked you what you're freaking on this week.
I'm freaking on that I passed my class with a B.
Nice. Congrats, man.
Yep. Thank you.
Awesome. Good for you.
What about you, Travis?
Not a whole lot this week. My dad came out this past weekend, so we hung out for that day. Then we did some holiday stuff and everything. I really got nothing going on this weekend. Next week, I got my grandma coming out. I think the biggest thing is like I want to try getting to the theater this weekend to try to catch a couple of the movies that have coming out this past month, like Guardians of the Galaxy or King Arthur, which I heard did really, really bad.
Did it?
Yeah, I heard like it. I heard it did like horrible. Like in the first 3 days, like only made like 15 million or something like that.
It did come out during the same weekend as Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yeah,
so.
No, it didn't.
Oh, it didn't? Oh no, it's a week later. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Okay, so critics say that's 27. Audience score it at a 79.
Yeah, like they said like that one and I forgot what the Amy Schumer one was. Like they both like did really, really bad this weekend.
The Amy Schumer one doesn't surprise me.
See, I think Snatch. Yeah, that it does surprise you because I think people like those movies because it kind of has like that Hangover, Bridesmaid kind of feel to it. I think people actually do enjoy. So I mean, like, I don't expect it to like blow out like fucking like Avengers or Guardians of the Galaxy in any way, but I did expect it to do a little bit more. King Arthur, I'm hoping does more because I mean, like, it looks like a pretty good movie, but I do want to see that. I'll probably end up trying to see Guardians this weekend, at least to get that because I really have nothing else really going on this weekend, all besides wanting to do what I want to do. But other than that, not a whole lot.
See, in my opinion, to me, critics are stupid because of everybody's a critic nowadays.
Yeah,
so
I think
the ones that are actually movie critics. Yeah. That's my opinion. That's pointless, stupid thing. So.
Yeah. Well, see, that's the thing too. Is like you can never really go off the opinion of one person because you have a complete, different view of how you see things. So that's the biggest thing too. So I mean, like Kayce and Joe could sit there and say that fucking Princess Bride is this amazing fucking movie, and I may not like it. I'm gonna watch it and give it a chance. I may not like it. Ryan said that Bone Tomahawk was the greatest movie ever made. It wasn't great. It was good, but it wasn't a great movie. Like, this isn't a movie I'll watch over and over. To me, a movie I could watch over and over are the movies that people don't like Expendables and Taken and shit like that.
Oh, those are my type. I like those movies too.
Yeah, but see, other people they don't like them because they don't want to see Sylvester Stallone do an action movie. It's the views and opinions of one person that judges how a movie's going to react to you personally. It's like. So when you sit there and have a critic, they may not like that genre movie, even though they're trying to be impartial. How impartial can you be when you have to give your views on how great a movie is?
Right.
Because they're not giving you, their view based on the people around them. They're giving you their view based on what they experienced from it.
Right.
That's the biggest thing. But that's a whole different conversation for another day. But Joe, what are you freaking on this week?
I am pretty much done with work and homework for this semester, and it's pretty great. So I gave I've got one more sermon I have to write, but I don't have to do really any more worship planning or I don't have to write any more articles for anything, and I'm done with my class for this semester. Just totally free, and I'm really happy about that.
Nice. So what's the plan then? Like, just gotta. Well, you said you're coming back. Or you're heading back like the first week of June.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I do still have to preach one more time, and that's going to be the last Sunday in May. And my term here actually goes until May 31st. But as for big things that I have to actually do for it, they're over. So
right. Just like curious, I'm just curious. And,
sure.
Do you feel your last sermon at this church is going to be emotional?
I think it will be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was just curious. Like, I don't, you don't have to go into detail about it because there really is no in-depth follow question. I was just curious, like, because I mean, like, this is the first place that you've what's the fuck is the word? Performed a sermon. So and like from what Carl said, like, it is a small, tight-knit kind of community, which is also cool.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, and I've definitely, really, I feel as though I've become part of the community, and it's really hard once you become part of such a small community, it's really hard to leave it, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's called Stockholm Syndrome.
It's time. So. No.
That's cool. Nah, I know. It's... but no, that's cool. I mean, at least you know you've done what you went there to achieve, and you can always go back. You know, it's never like
Right.
as soon as you leave, you're gone forever.
Exactly.
You know, it ain't the Amish. You know, you're not rumspringing out of there. You know, you can always go back and visit and shit.
Right.
It's cool. You know.
Yeah.
It's awesome. Good to hear. Oh yeah. Hey Joe.
Yes.
Every week our listeners can catch Geek Cast Joe here on This Freakin Show, but if one episode of Geek Cast Joe a week isn't enough, where else can they go?
If one episode of Geek Cast Joe isn't enough, you can go over to the Geek Cast Live podcast at gcl.ninja. You can also find us on Facebook, iTunes, Twitter, and YouTube by searching Geek Cast Live.
Awesome. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for listening to the show. Thank you for staying with us to the very end, especially after Super Kayce called me a dickbutt. Keep in mind that I am still in the process of starting up a second podcast, Just Freakin Wrestling. There have been some hiccups in it that has prolonged my expectations for when it to be started up. We're now like a month behind, which I'm not happy about. But, you know, you got to make sure everything's good before you go. And right now we're not there. But you can still follow us on social media, Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook, just by searching Just Freakin Wrestling. We'd like to keep you updated on all that stuff. And to finish it off with a final quote, to finish off the show with a quote, it's not the final quote, because there are hundreds of these Will Roger quotes. I always forget about this last part until I'm trying to load it up right before we're trying to leave. Because my slow-ass computer takes forever to open up. I gotta figure this computer shit out. I need this to be quicker, because as soon as we close this out, I'm gonna go watch The Bridesmaid. I just rented it on Amazon. So,
Nice.
yeah, I'm gonna watch it tonight before I go to bed. It's only an hour and a half long. I could do that.
Yeah. It's...
Yep. I'm gonna pop some popcorn. I'm gonna fucking play the fucking show, the movie. It's gonna be awesome. This fucking Livermore.
Does he have any quotes about technology?
I would, dude. There are so many quotes about this guy. It's like it's hard to even like read through them to find like the perfect one. I'm gonna start doing that ahead of time too, because, no, see, that's political. I think I read that one before. I think some of these are duplicates too. This guy is a fucking sick man. All right, let's see what this one says. I'm just gonna pull one out of my ass here. Some people try to turn back their odometers. Not me. I want people to know why I look this way. I've traveled a long way, and some of the roads weren't paved.
Nice.
I like that one.
That was good.
I like that one. Good job. Good job, Will Rogers. See, when I just randomly pick one, they turn out pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
Search, y'all come political and shit like that. As always, I am Travesty.
I'm Awkward Colin.
And I'm Geek Cast Joe.
Thank you for tuning in to another episode of This Freakin Show. I'm out.